Hi, my name is Ethan Johnson, and I have done my service learning project at Southeast Community College, also known as SCC. SCC teaches first and second year college courses. They also offer a GED program. I have been tutoring these GED students. I've been applying several interpersonal skills at SCC. Today I will illustrate 3 of them: active listening, nonverbal communication, and responding with empathy. Quite possibly the most important skill I use at SCC is active listening. If I don't listen well, I don't know what the student needs. If I don't know what the student needs, I don't know what to do to help them. For example, a student of mine asked me to come over and help her with a word problem. She just wanted me to tell her which number she should divide by the other. I easily could have. However, I decided that wasn't what she needed. What she needed was help understanding fractions in general. I prodded a little further, and she told me that she can never remember which number goes on top of the fraction and which number goes on bottom. I helped her to remember that what is on top is being divided by what is on bottom by drawing a hot dog above the dividing line that is falling down to be divided by a bunch of knives that I drew down in the denominator. The entire time that I am at SEC, I engage in nonverbal communication. Whether I'm talking, a student is talking, or nobody is talking, nonverbal communication is always playing a role. A student came in frequently to SCC that didn't ever ask for help until one particular day. I noticed her walking in, and I gave her a big smile, and I welcomed her like I usually do. And I sit with my back to the wall so that my face is open and available to the room. My smile, my posture, and position in the room eventually made her comfortable enough to start a conversation with me. I perked up and leaned into the conversation to show that I was interested in what she had to say. Ever since that day, she has been quick to ask me for help. Nobody in the GED program at SCC considers it their plan A. There is some stigma in our society against not having a high school diploma. The students don't want to look silly by asking simple questions either. All of this considered, it is very important that I respond with empathy while tutoring students at SCC. For example, just the other day, another student asked me for assistance. As soon as I sat down, I could see that she wasn't even working through high school level math problems yet. The problems she was working through looked like they came from a 5th grade math textbook. I didn't sneer. I didn't shrug it off as being so easy as people have done to me in the past. Instead, I responded with empathy and treated her problems the same way that I treated everyone else's math problems, and she was grateful for that. I contributed to SCC in 2 main ways. I tutored GED students, and I set up shop first thing in the morning. The main goal of my time at SCC was to tutor GED students. I would sit there and listen for what they weren't understanding, process it, and give them the math tool that I thought that they were in need of. Oftentimes, I would get to class before my supervisor would, and on such occasions, I would turn on the lights and unlock the resource cabinet. Then I would put out the day's sign-in sheet and writing utensils. My first STEAM goal was to learn how to control a situation when someone is getting anxious. I believe this goal is appropriate because all the students came to me for math tutoring, and math tends to make people anxious. I would say that I was able to grow in this area, but I was not able to actually measure this goal the way I had planned because too few people experienced extreme bouts of anxiety while I was there, which of course is a good thing. My second STEAM goal was to learn how to get people to believe in their own abilities. It was great to see people grow more confident in their abilities. The issue, however, was the measurability. I said that I'd be done with this goal when I can get 90% of the people I work with to feel better about their own math abilities, but I never took a poll of how the students feel. My third STEAM goal was to get better at asking someone else's perspective of how something works. I noticed myself improve in this area, but I feel like I have room to improve even further, but it was still meaningful growth nonetheless. All in all, I'm happy with my STEAM goals, and I would not change them. I have known for quite some time that I was interested in teaching, but on my last day, my supervisor, Rich, complimented me so thoroughly on my tutoring that I seriously considered teaching instead of mechanical engineering. The students themselves were sad to see me go on my last day. They all shook my hand on the way out to show their gratitude. I got to help students with their skills and their passion for math. I learned a little bit more about myself, and I grew in a meaningful way. I would recommend SEC to future Engineering 100 students, and I hope that their experience will be just like mine. Thank you.